Hi everybody, it's Gretchen, and believe it or not, I am going to try to go live on YouTube. And I just downloaded ECamm, and I have not really jumped into anything about it. I have some great people that I have connected with through various groups and that really know their stuff with going live and live streaming and all that kind of things. But I thought I would give it a try. It is going to be, it's going to be an experience, and I thought I'd take you along on that journey. Now, I have no idea how this is looking. I'm going to try to see if it is even showing. Oh, click there to view the post on YouTube. See? There we go. It's supposed to be showing me what I look like. Oh, yeah. Great. It's got sound, and I want to mute it. There we go. Oh, man. So this is a bit more stressful than heading out with my camera to the wilderness, to do landscapes, to do wildlife, to do a whole lot of other things. But I am not going to be able to do that for a little bit during December. I'm going to be laid up with a total knee replacement. So what better thing to do other than learn a whole new level of technology and way of communicating. So I thought I would just give it a try. So here's my first live on ECamm. I have one scene going, and at least I kind of know what a scene is. And I'm using a Canon M50 Mark II as the camera that I'm talking to. I have some studio lights that I've had for doing some photography, even though I do not like to do portrait work. I've had studio lights just in case, and they did come in handy last week before, 2 weeks ago, when a friend needed portrait shots, and he's a magician named Stefan Sewell, and a touch of magic, and he does a project called the Golden Rule Project, and he was written up in a magazine called the Palabra magazine, and it's an international publication about a variety of different things, comes out quarterly, and he used photographs, and they featured my photo for his article of the shows that I've done, of his magic shows. So that was pretty nice, and he decided he needed headshots and publication shots and all that kind of stuff. Oh, yeah, what a thing to do. And so I pulled out the studio lights. They came down here. We did some shots, and really what came about from it was that I discovered that I actually could do that. I have a long way to go to learn to be really good with lighting, but I could do the job. And then what was amazing about it was that about the same time that I was doing those shots is when Lightroom and Adobe came out with the new masking tools in Lightroom. Those are a game changer. Oh my gosh. I had been using them for about a week or so before I did Stefan's shoot, maybe a couple weeks, and had been really amazed at the select subject, the select sky, what you could do, this and that, how easy it was, and the versatility it gave me in my editing. Now, I know the versatility has always been there if I was willing to go into Photoshop, but I am not a Photoshop gal. No, It's just not my preferred mode. And at some point, maybe I will get past the block I have that. I have I have a class, several classes, but Gavin Hardcastle, who is a photo tripper, his YouTube page, he did a great class called Photoshop for Morons. So of course I signed up. Hey, that's mine. And we have learned a lot on that class. And I followed along on several others through Creative Live, which I absolutely adore Creative Live for all the things that I learn in that platform based here out of Seattle and what I can do with online learning. But it still is not something that I just willingly jump to do easily. It's a struggle. I have to really push and go, ugh. And quite frankly, I'm not always that pleased with the results that I get, or if it was what I really wanted to do. Sometimes I feel like I think I'm going into Photoshop just to go into Photoshop, and I don't want to do that. With this new Lightroom masking tool, though, I was really able to affect some things that I had not expected to be able to affect, in terms of background and changing the texture and the blur on the background, actually getting rid of some things in such a way, not with even cloning them out, but just by changing the dehaze or the clarity or all different kinds of things. So it was really a lot of fun, actually, to do these portraits for Stefan and see if I could make the shots something that I was proud of and that he, as my client, enjoyed and liked. So says he likes them. Yay. That's step one. Anyway, along with that, I did a couple of lives on Facebook with doing that work, and of course I did a whole big long one and lost the video, of course. So thought maybe I just really need to jump into this in such a way, try the ECamm Live, see what I can do, see if it gives me another step, because I was doing some things that were actually taking more steps and more convoluted to do a live in the way that I wanted to, and record it and do it and this and that and da-da-da-da-da. We'll see how it goes. I will be doing a live every day in December for Vlogmas, and I will, even if it's just a short, I'll go live every day. I'll keep you posted when I have a set time for that. It'll be really interesting the first week of it when I start, because the surgery on the 29th and then the 1st, I might just I have some recorded videos that I might just go with those for the first few days because we, just to hedge my bets there on whether or not I don't want to make a complete babbling, recovering from surgery, not so crazy on a live, which I'm sure would be totally amusing for you, and you are welcome to be amused if I can bring you some amusement to your life by watching Gretchen giggle when she's on painkillers. You're welcome to it, lift your glass and cheers for me. But we'll see how that goes. So I will go live every day, whether it is probably to chronicle how I'm working with ECamm and what's coming along there. I also have some videos that I'm putting together that will be posting on my YouTube channel about some of my work, some of my photography, and the changes that it's gone through. I currently am, I would wish I had a scene, knew how to take a second scene and show you my website, because there's a bunch of photos there that I'm considering taking down because some things have changed and the direction with what I'm shooting, and but you know, that's another thing. So I will not be far from the video camera or from ECamm or from my studio, because where my recovery room is will be in here on the studio, because it is at the ground level where I can come in and be propped up and not have to climb stairs for the first few days, because there's a lot of stairs here, and we'll get through that. But it'll be an adventure. So that's what I'm doing. And, you know, I want to say thanks to the Paul Duncan for helping me out with getting this ECamm going, and to Doc Rock, the sensei wonderman of ECamm, that has really given me some clarity about working around this and around just doing this and why I'm doing it. Oh my gosh, there are people on. Oh, see, no, this is going ECamm live and not and being on one camera and looking over here. Oh, there's Angie. Hi, Angie. Oh my gosh, and Gloria's here. Now, see, these are my friends from Fluid Art, and you want to see the Puget Sound giant starfish. All right, so I was on a live with a bunch of fluid artists, watching Angie Mason Fluid Art, which, oh my gosh, you have to go, if you're watching this, go see her things. It's just a beautiful live that she does on Thursday night, and painting, and we'd have dance breaks and everything. And I am not a fluid artist. I love to do it. I love to make a mess. It's kind of fun. It's a great break, but my granddaughter absolutely loves it. And she actually had me videotape her and make tutorials for her doing fluid art for her friends, and she's 9, and we've been doing that for a year. So you'll see on my channel some of those are with her. But these, hi Gloria, oh my gosh, you guys are so awesome. Hi everybody. Oh man, thanks ladies for coming. This is so nice of you. Anyway, it will be an interesting journey to learn ECamm and to do this, and I'll be doing this, go a little bit alive every day. We'll see how we're doing. You will probably see me sometimes at my best and sometimes at my total worst, which, you know, hey, that's it is what it is. It's not right, wrong, good or bad. It just is, and that's the way we're gonna roll. But as I was saying, oh, and she's back. Yeah, and Gloria's gallery here. Gloria's an amazing Reiki healer, and does a tarot class. You should put the notes in if you're in the chats. Oh, I'm in live chat, top chat now. I was in top chat, that's why. So she's helped Angie a lot, and I have some good friends here in the Northwest that are Reiki healers, and we do tarot readings, and I've worked in that area before too, and it's just really an amazing, expansive area for your life to expand your thought process and your healing and what you can do. So if you feel so inclined, I would follow along Gloria, find Gloria and Angie and all these people and enjoy that. So I'll take you on this journey with me to learn ECamm. Probably in and about that throughout the days in through the healing as I'm doing learning ECamm and all this. I'm also probably going to do some little snippets about my health journey over the past year and a couple months. As my granddaughter likes to say, who's 9, Grandma Goo, you've lost me and Buddy. Her little brother. I started on a weight loss journey in October of 2020 when I was on a photography workshop with my mentor Art Wolf, and I couldn't make it to the top of the falls like everybody else did because I just got worn out, and I thought, this is ridiculous. I didn't wait this long to become a photographer again, to not be able to go in the wilderness and not be able to do what I want to do and have this happen. So I stepped into a program called Ideal Protein. It's kind of like a keto program. And a month later, I went back out with Art and went back to the same falls and was able to go to the top because I had lost 15 pounds at that time, and 12 or 15 pounds. And my camera bag weighs 20 pounds. And then I have a tripod that I carry, and then if I add snacks and stuff, so my tripod's about 3 pounds or a little more, maybe 3 or 4, I'll say 5, and then your coat and your stuff, you might add another. So I'd say between 20 and 27 pounds is what I carry on my back. To date, I have lost almost 3 of those. I've lost 70 pounds, and I'm having a total knee replacement because of the damage I've done beforehand on this. And there they are. Angie, yeah. So it was really stunning. I went to my doctor, and the physician's assistant had not seen me since 2018 when I had my last knee replacement. She said, "You look a little different." And I said, "Well, yeah." And it really hit me when she said, "This is going to be amazing for you." She says, "For every pound you lose, that's 4 pounds on your knees, 4 pounds of pressure." So essentially, I've taken 280 pounds off of my knees by losing 70 pounds of my body, which I took a year to do it. I took a little over a year to do it, and it was a very different lifestyle change. It's a very different of what you can eat and how you approach food and what you think and what you do and all that kind of stuff. And I'll tell you how it did and what it works, and it will probably come in. Thanks, Angie. Yeah. Oh, good. Gloria, you're down 42. That's amazing. So I'm checking in here with the fam here on the live. Oh my gosh, ladies, this is my first real official live, and to have you guys on here with me is just super, super. Yeah. yeah, double knee replacement, DoorDash. I must say probably besides Ideal Protein being a program that I could work around, the number one factor, besides my own desire to be able to go back to Alaska and hike in the middle of the wilderness and go back and find the bears and be in Africa next summer. 2 summers now, it's been canceled, and where I'm going is not going to be easy access to photograph elephants and the Big 5 and all of that. The number one has been the fact that my husband is amazing at putting things together. I don't like to cook, and I always say I don't cook. It's a health hazard. And I can cook if I have to, but I don't enjoy it. He likes it. For him, going to the grocery store can be a soothing, relaxing thing. For me, it's torture. And and for him, planning meals and figuring out, and this whole thing has been just a challenge and fun for him. Yay! That's why I've kept him around for 44 years. No, I'm teasing. But anyway, it's been that. So there'll be a little bits of things all over the place on my lives. And then there'll be some videos around my photography, which Yes, Angie, I promise I'm going to. Actually was looking around in my catalog for some of the pictures for when we used to live in Edmonds at the beach and we saw the big sea stars. But those are the, yeah. There I have about 100 and let's see, I have 88,000 on one hard drive and 25,000 on another hard drive. So I know generally what the topic is. I know when those were taken about. It's just finding them and all of that, and if I haven't deleted them. Yeah. I deleted a bunch of stuff during the and you know that number is down because at the beginning of the pandemic I deleted over 30,000 photographs that were just garbage. And I still have another 30,000 at least to delete that are just garbage. But in the meantime, every time I delete a whole bunch, I go out and I shoot, and I just shoot a bunch. Can't shoot right now. My camera, my Canon R5 is back at Canon Professional Services getting repaired because the SD card reader door snapped off, a very unusual thing to have happen. So they're fixing it and getting that back to me. Yay. And I might actually pull out my, where is it? Yep, there. I might pull this guy out. This is my film camera that I've actually had longer than I've had my husband. We've been married for almost 44 years, and I met him 3 years before that. So I met him, yeah. But this is my film camera I bought myself, and I still have it. And I will probably go out and maybe do some film shooting next week. But there's a lot. And that's a lot to unpack for this channel and for going live. And it's a lot to ask people to sit down and listen to them. So I will try to set up a time, make it consistent, so you have a chance to come in and listen. And Julie, no, Julie, I'm not going to the Congo. Julie E, acrylic painting with Julie E. I am going to Botswana, and actually in the eastern part of Botswana, and then into South Africa also. So that is right now. I may extend it at the beginning of that and go to Namibia also. We'll see how that all comes about. It's been the trip is all done and paid for and everything and ready to go. And the airline Emirates, which I'm really glad I got my ticket with Emirates, because they're honoring everything, which is amazing, for 3 years. So that's that. I'm just getting to go that. Let's see. Never used to be. Is Jay Whitty on here too? Oh my gosh. I had people. Thank you. Hi ladies. Hey, Acrylic Creations by Jay Whitty. Thank you for being here. Gosh, this is okay. See, this is why I have to get ECamm figured out, because over here on my computer, I have it running through, and I can see the comments. When I'm looking up here, I don't have the comments, and then I got old iPads pulled out, and I supposedly could run it there and could see them there. But you guys are going to be joining me on this journey. You're going to be patient. The Paul Duncan, who I was so kind and used his affiliate link for ECamm, thepaulDuncan.live/ECamm to start my trial on this. And then Doc Rock, well, I'm sure he'll have comments in class to tell me about this. And there's just a lot of cool people in the live streaming community. And it's interesting because it's also a journey for me to find out what kind of content it is that I want to share. And really, my content is all about my photography most of the time, and about finding the beauty hidden in plain sight, and maybe sharing how I do this and how you can find things and what to look for and what this. We'll see. We'll see. So how's that goes. And I'm sure that I will do some lives in black and white. Oh, mainly birds and nature, Joey. That's cool. I will. Black and white is kind of where my soul in photography lies. It is. My grandmother gave me my first camera when I was 10. It was hers, and I still have it. It's sitting back here, and I spent years, it seems like, in the darkroom, and it's where I love to be, in that element of black and white, but also just the whole learning to see in black and white. And it's been one of those things that I have, it's like a gift that I was given, that I can see in black and white. It doesn't take much for me to squint my eyes or shift my brain, and the image in front of me, or the scene in front of me, turns into black and white in my brain, which is pretty wild. And I can see how that might look. And so that is an exciting thing. I'm very excited to head, and I'll probably do an entire live babbling after I go to this exhibit the first time. Opening, actually it opens tonight, is the premiere opening night for members or donors of the Seattle Art Museum, which I'm not going until, I'm going to go this weekend. I hope, is an Imogene Cunningham retrospective. And Imogene Cunningham was a woman photographer born in the late 1800s, and she lived in Seattle and had a place on Queen Anne, and then she moved further to Portland and then to San Francisco, the Bay Area. Amazing photographer. She was one of the founding members of the group F64, which, with Ansel Adams and Edward Weston and the greats in photography early on, and her work is just stunning. So I'm going to go to that, and I'm sure I will see it. It's here through February, and I know that I will see it at least 3 times, and that will barely scratch the surface of being able to really look into her work. And I've seen her things, and she's just an amazing photographer, and what she did. And women photographers were extremely influential in early photography in the 20s and 30s and 40s. My great aunt was a photographer, and it just, the whole realm around what they did and how the freedom that it gave them is pretty amazing. So hi Sammy, are you here? Hey, oh my gosh, you guys, this is just cool. Okay, so what's happening right now is there is a convergence of my live streaming ECamm Let's Get Live fam and my fluid art family converging now on that. Sammy Superstar just joined, and Sammy, it's good to see you. Hey, thanks. Sammy, I have no clue what I'm doing. You can probably tell. and don't be surprised if I am not. I got Paul's helping me out. Paul Duncan will be helping him, but I will be asking Sammy for sure on how to do things. But the other folks, Sammy, that are here are a bunch of fluid artists that do amazing lives and painting and pouring, and have like dance parties on while I was on Angie's earlier tonight, and she was painting and chatting and dance partying, and then they have a live stream with a bunch of people on. And who was it? Was it Julie? Was that yours? Julie E, that you guys did the color palette challenge, that one, and I was on last week on the live that you did on Artapalooza, and I saw that colored palette challenge, and I went, oh, that's from my Moab pictures. And I went back and I decided to do a whole series based on that color palette that you guys put out about your fluid painting. So we'll see how that goes. And I'm just making lists now because you guys are that's just causing me to come up with so many ideas. Thank you, Gloria. That was so nice of you to ask for thumbs up. That is just so sweet. And like I said, so what I'm going to do, and I should be taking notes. This is what, I'm not the best always note taker. You would think a retired librarian, a school librarian, would be taking notes and be super organized. But let me give you a little secret. Give you a little hint about all of that. About librarians being so freaking organized. We had a system that somebody else figured out. His name was Melville Dewey. And the Dewey Decimal System was all planned out. So when everybody thinks librarians are so organized, yes, a lot of them are, but a lot of us just bought in to a system that worked really well. And it does work really, really well. So in my real life, though, when I decided to be a librarian, when I went from being an elementary classroom teacher from kindergarten, first, second grade, after 17 years and went into the library, people just, they weren't surprised because I had a larger collection of children's literature than most of the librarians. And I knew more about kids' literature than the librarians did. I was known as the book lady. But organizing was not my strong suit. I mean, seriously. You could follow the trail of paper of me out of the room and things were everything. But I would have, because I had my students do it. Literally, I knew that my kids had to work in the function in the classroom, so I let them figure out their organization system, and I just worked within their system. I always work within somebody else's system. Then I don't have to come up with my own. Causes some challenges when you have 120,000 photographs and you don't have your own system completely lined out before you start that. Yeah, because you alter it because you keep thinking it's going to be better or do something like that. So that's a challenge. And then what you're going to do if you're going to do a challenge and or a channel, and what's going to fit here and what's going to fit there. So I'm working at categorizing that, at putting it together. I'll probably go back and listen to this and say, oh man, did she babble on, and what was that? But there might be a couple of good nuggets that I will take from this, and it will be helpful, and it'll help me. And if it helps me, that's really, that will be great. But if maybe you'll get something out of it too, because I watch all of you guys, like that color palette challenge that they had, the colors just jumped off their thumbnail from me, and I went on that and went, oh my gosh, you guys, because if you've ever been to Moab, and I was there in October, and the light and sunset and the colors, was stunning, and it's a whole different world kind of thing. So it's a whole series. So that's the Moab series that I have to do now, and that's based on the color palette challenge. So here I am, I'm writing this down, color palette. This is what Doc would do. And then Sammy, when I watch Sammy, he has really great ideas about tech, and Sammy is an amazingly enthusiastic streamer, and he's been doing this for quite some time, even though he's I think he's younger than my iPad. So but his ideas that he comes up with, and his ideas about sound and this and that, and how it goes together, and who he's talking to and interviewing and what he's thinking through, have given me some great ideas. There's other people on here that are talking about, we were talking earlier about like the Reiki and the health, and Angie was talking about her health and really how that has helped and how that has changed, and what I'm able to do, if that's something that I can do, and how that relates to, does it relate to anything, or is it just a thing that we have to all recognize that, and if I can help somebody figure out to take care of that now at their younger age and not wait till they're 65 like me, then that's a good thing too. And then, of course, there'll be my camera stuff, and all this kind of things. Yes, you will see me doing live edits and what I do to get from one image to another. And I actually, I have a bunch of things that I'm not, well, I'm not going to jump on that one quite yet. I'll save that one because I'm not quite brave enough for that yet. I'll step into see. Yeah. There's some things, it's when your photography is so much part of your soul and your art. And I've come to recognize that everybody has a different take on it. And really what I want to put out there is the things that are important, that tell a story, that tell the message that I want to say, that they tell a story. And so I'll be sharing stories about different images and different things that you might see. So, but for sure, I'm going to have to try to figure out how to do overlays. Right, Sammy? Okay, Sammy is going to tell me how to do overlays. Paul's going to tell me how to do overlays. I know. I just really have to, first off, with ECamm, I'm going to sit down with it and just like go from menu to menu to menu. And I'm not surprised I have to do that. When my Canon R5 came, I watched a video from a guy called Michael the Maven, and it was a 3-hour overview of the menu items in the Canon R5. An overview. Not an in-depth training on them, but an overview of the menu items in the Canon R5. I've been a Canon shooter for 48 years. Or actually, Grandma gave me one of a Canon. I could probably say I've been a Canon shooter for almost 50 years. Okay. One thing about Canon is pretty wonderful is their menu, they're pretty consistent over the years of what the terminology and things like that. So since they've gone digital, since I've gone into digital, there's been some pretty consistency across there. But oh my gosh, when a menu has submenus and submenus within submenus, and it took 3 hours for this guy just to go through an overview of the different, I was like, oh. So yeah, I ended up buying the longer training so that I could sit down and spend 2 days with one menu, just going bit by bit by bit. Now, I don't think ECamm is going to take that, and I don't necessarily want to take it to that level, because that's not really what my goal here is, to be some great video presence on that. That's not. It's about how I can put the pictures out and how I can communicate these things in a way that makes it easy and I can share. So, Apex K100, I love that, Julia. That's great. Oh my gosh. Um, you know, it's all of these kind of things are things we learn and we do that surround. But I want to learn them as a tool, but they're not the main thing. The main thing will be when I'm sharing the images and where I go and how I got there, or whatever the story is. And plus I'm gonna do all these kind of things, so it's just gonna be kind of raw. And on that point, now I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna call this isn't the name of the channel, but it's kind of gonna be the name of the vlog, because I live in the Key Peninsula and in Washington State, and I live at the southern tip of the Key Peninsula, and the Key Peninsula is a peninsula within a peninsula. I mean, there's the Kitsap Peninsula. I have water on 3 sides of me. Yeah, I do, on 3 sides of me. And I don't dare Google where anything is, because it will tell me it's in Olympia to the south. And yes, it's probably the closest there, just maybe 9 miles away that way, but that's 9 miles across the water. There's no bridge. There's just salt water and sound and seals and occasional whales and, and boats and stuff like that and things going by. So no, I can't go that way. But it is a magical place, and it's beautiful. Since we moved down here, we absolutely love it. It's closer to our grandkids, and I have a view of the water, and it's been just the best thing, I think, for us. And I thank my mom every day for her helping to make it possible for me, and I'll tell you the story of that sometime. But so we call it the Key Pen. So the name of the vlog is Keep It Real, and real is spelled R-E-E-L. So Keep It Real. That goes back to my hippie days, folks. Keeping it real. And that's what this is going to be. So Keeping It Real will come back on another night. It'll come back tomorrow night. I will see if I've learned anything more about the ECamm. What time is it to now? It is, I have no idea even. It's 7:04, so I probably started this around 7. And I know that you guys, Julie, what time is your live tomorrow night? Do you know? I mean, I'm sure you do. You guys have Artapalooza tomorrow night, and I don't want to go live over yours. Oh, you have, Jay? What, you've been to Olympia? Okay, so if you've been to Olympia and you know where the Nisqually Reach is, or the Nisqually Flats and all that around there, and you just like head across the water north, that's where I am. So if you ever get back up here, Joey, come on, give me a buzz. My husband and I, we have a guest room for that. Ruby Beach, yes. Oh, yes. I have. Okay, he's got Ruby Beach now. So one of the places I went in last October, right before I started that whole diet, was we went to Ruby Beach, and I went with Art, and we did photos there. And if you don't know Ruby Beach and you want to see anything, I actually have a video on my channel, and it's called Going Back to the Rainforest, or hold it. Let's see, channel, your channel, manage videos, where are they? And it is, let's see, Time for me to return to the rainforest. That's a short one, but I did one last fall, and not the ABCs of photographers, but I did one last fall, and abstracts. Exploring the rainforest in my backyard. I did it. It's a 3-minute and 15-second video. It was about a year ago. So, Jewity, if you haven't want to remember some of it, that you'll see some of my shot. We were on Ruby Beach. It's you guys who haven't been up here, the Washington coast is extremely rugged, and it's very different than like the sandy beaches of Oregon, and the sea stacks are wild, the beaches are rocky, and you hear these crashing, and it's the rocks tumble, and you're right on the cliffs, and then you're in the water's right there, and then you're in a rainforest. I mean, we have the whole rainforest in part of Olympic National Park, and it's the largest temperate rainforest in North America, and it's amazing, and it's in my backyard. It's 2.5 hours, 2 hours away, and it's just a delight. So, yeah. Yay, Julie, that's cool. Yeah, Tacoma is like 45 minutes away, 45 across the Tacoma Narrows Bridge, and that's see these connections that we have with people all over the place. It's so cool. Yeah, Ruby Beach is amazing. It's considered one of the more beautiful beaches in the world, and there's some other ones along there. There is a beach called Sunset Beach that is on the Macaw Reservation, and it is been oftentimes put into the top 10 most beautiful beaches in the world. It's pretty remote, and you can't get to it right now because all the reservations are still closed, and the tribes have closed them because of the health risks that they have, and totally understandable. And so until things get completely safe, I hope blessings and those places will be there for us to enjoy when things are healthy and safe for us to travel, and for them to have people into their lands again. It'd be nice. Anyway, so never too late for anything, right, Gloria? It isn't. You don't have any lives or premieres, just fast forward Friday night post about 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Oh, fast forward. So Julie's doing fast forward Friday night post around 10 p.m. And that's Eastern Time, so that's 7 my time. So I will plan on going live after Lee and Jeremy. They go at 5 tomorrow night, right? I'll go at 6. Yeah, how about that? There's some fluid art folks. So they've got their premiere. I'll do a live, and then I can work on that video that Julie wants to see. I told her I would. That's a good challenge for me, and it's gonna be good. So for right now, I just want to say thank you all for your tolerance, and oh my gosh, now how do I make this stop? Sammy Crumbum. I'm on a live stream. Oh, there it is. I had it gone so that I could see I had it flipped over so I could see everybody's comments, and I was like, oh my gosh, there's not a stop button. Where is it? Gretchen doesn't have an on-off switch. What are we gonna do? Oh Lord. I'm going to sew Google image Washington coastline photos after. Good. Yeah, it's pretty amazing to see. I don't. Okay, stay right there. Hang on. Right. Okay, here it comes. even know if you can see this. Can you see that at all? Anyway, if you can, that's from Ruby Beach. And who knows if you can see it. Oh, there. I can see there. Let's go back here. There we go. Yeah. Okay, so that's from Ruby Beach. So it looks, I'm like laying right down, but this line that's way out there, that is, this was at low tide, and that's the actual breakers coming in out there. So the Pacific's out further. And all right. Well, that was that. That was crazy that I left, and I'm sure that that's probably a big no-no. Don't leave. But, oh well. Craziness. All right, you guys. I found the on-off button for this, and I think I did. No, I didn't. Interview. Oh, you know what? I'm going to turn myself black and white. I learned something. I can turn it black and white. All right. So, oh, there it is. Finish. I am going to finish. Okay. Until next time. My hope for you is that you keep looking for the beauty hidden in plain sight. It's everywhere. Until next time. Namaste, everyone.